opinions expressed on this reality TV podcast are not backed up by any professional degrees. While Jamie and Jesse are experts in everything, they're certified in nothing. Comments made should be taken with a grain of salt, a glass of Pinot Grigio, and a sense of humor.
Kezhal, I have been so excited to have you on Say Yes to the Mess. You and I basically have met on TikTok, and we were just chatting before, we started rolling, that you and I are basically on the same side of history on a lot of these housewives issues.
No, I was saying, like, we can both sleep very well at night with our opinions.
Facts. First of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. I've watched all your clips and I'm like, man, Jamie says everything I'm thinking. So I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. And I love that you're more, so we may be on the same side of history. Now, I would say your videos are a lot more profesh than mine. You keep it all very profesh. And TikTok is I worked a professional career for, not to say that podcasting isn't professional, but listen, I worked a professional corporate career for 20 years. And so it's so funny though, when I get on TikTok, I'm like that I'm not corporate Jamie. I am spicy Jamie.
This is a Jamie that wants to just give her opinions unfiltered.
This is true. Hair down, don't care. I'm 47 at this point. I always laugh. I'm like, I have 3 kids. I'm a grandma. I'm 47. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care if people judge me, but I am just
that's the attitude to have.
That's it, right? No fucks given.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, first of all, so you and I feel like I kind of know you already because I see all of your videos, but I really don't know you because you just told me that you and your husband have a media company and I didn't know that. So maybe tell me and the listeners kind of what is your background and where are you located and how'd you get into talking about housewives and other topics on your TikTok?
Man, well, Housewives I've been watching, I want to say since almost the beginning, with my mom, because I was in high school. But my background, I used to work in local TV news. That's where I met my husband. I left TV news about 7 years ago. The hours were grueling. I worked in morning TV, so I was on air by 5 a.m., waking up at 12:30 to 1 a.m. It just was so hard to have a life. And I'm a morning person, but I'm not an overnight person.
Right.
So I left news. We started our own media company because it's very similar to what we did in news, but we're doing it for people's companies. So I create training videos, explain our videos, and our house is basically a big set. So people have different options to choose from, but it's a lot of fun. And a year and a half ago, I was walking with my husband. I was just talking about our business, where we're at. And then I was like, the one thing in TV that I wish I got to do was pop culture. I never got to do pop culture because local news, obviously everything's about what's happening locally. And then I feel like I was being pushed into political news, which is obviously a great time to be in the news world.
Wow, what a time.
But at the same time, I really couldn't stand the negativity around it.
Yep.
And it didn't feel safe to be a journalist, honestly, to do stuff like that. I give props to the people who do it because it is a really crazy time, I think, to be a TV journalist in the political space.
Mm-hmm.
But pop culture was what I always wanted to do. I watched E! News growing up. The thing I loved about E! News was they would give you the facts and then they give you just a bit of opinion, which is what I always wanted to do. So then I was like, you know what? TikTok's around. Why am I sitting around wishing I could do something? Let me just pick up my phone and do it. So I just started posting. My first video did well. So I'm like, okay, I'll keep doing this. So really, this is all for fun. I watch the Housewives every week, every day. So I'm like, why not talk to people about it? My sister hates talking to me about Housewives. My husband does. My husband could give a shit less about Housewives.
Same with mine. Oh my God. He is forced to watch this shit with me. And he's like, oh, every now and then I do get excited because every now and then I'll get a reaction out of him and he'll go, yes. What did she just say? Did she? I'm like, oh my God, you're into it. And he's like, well, not really, but
they don't want to admit that it's actually entertaining and fun.
Exactly.
The dialogue, I tell him when we watch, because I'm not a big sports person. I just can't get into it.
This is our sports.
This is our sports, but there's dialogue. There's talking. I don't want people hating each other.
This is why I know you're my people. You are literally taking the words out of my mouth. Do you know that every time it's I look at Housewives and reality TV as my sports. I call plays. Yes. I talk about who's the MVP, who needs to get drafted, who needs to be retired, this is our sports. But you just said something that I've never thought of. It's it's sports with dialogue. Like,
Yeah.
that's amazing, you know?
Yeah,
It's like
I'm hearing arguments, I'm picking sides, I'm like,
yes.
who has a logical argument, who doesn't? Like, I feel like it feeds my brain.
It absolutely does, and here's the thing is, like, not only do I get to just watch trash TV at night and not think any
Yes.
intelligent thoughts, that's, like, my favorite part of the day. However, I also like the psychology of it. Reality
Yes.
TV is so interesting. There's almost always a villain that evokes a lot of
Yes.
emotion. Like, I'm somebody who gets really big feelings watching these shows, and I'm like, I can what? And then I'm like, no, this is what I would have said if you said that shit about my husband, like, da, 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 and like,
Exactly.
it's like it
It
really
evokes emotion.
it does. There's all these different there's the funny one, there's the intelligent one, there's the, stylish one, there's the villain, there's
Exactly.
the ditz,
Mhm.
there's the like, you just get a mix of characters, for lack of a better term, and it is
Exactly.
so it's kinda like the same reason I'm interested in true crime. I'm into true crime because of the psychology of it. I wanna break
Right.
down what makes this perpetrator so different, their brain so different from the average everyday person
Right.
that they could go and stab somebody 50 times. Like, that's
Like,
just
what makes this person tick? Like,
yes, yes, exactly, and it's like, what well, I could never do that, you know?
no,
So
right.
you're right, but it's like I watch Housewives kind of for the same thing, the psychology of it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
something you said earlier was really funny. Well, first of all, your professional background explains why your content really is very professional, but I would say it's professional with personality. That's what I like about
Thank
you.
you. Oh, that's a
Yes,
good
like,
okay, good.
totally, like, when I watch you, I'm like, you seem very real, relatable, like, we could grab a drink or a cup of coffee. You're not stiff like a lot
Oh,
of,
that makes me happy.
oh,
My
that's how you
biggest
come
fear is
off.
I'm like AI. I've had one person leave me a comment, they're like, "Are you AI?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
I get that
no.
on
I
my
don't
podcast.
wanna be AI."
Somebody called me Siri on my podcast. They're like, "Is this bitch sounds like Siri."
What? It's like if anything has just a little bit of quality, it's like fake.
Yeah, totally. You're fake. And I'm like, "No, that's just because 'cause I'm so good." No.
Exactly.
Right? But, you were that so that explains why your content is, like, I would say professional with personality, and I do love that you
Thank you.
give some of your opinions. I love that, but you're very professional about it. But you had said that you were on morning news. So I live in LA. I didn't grow up in LA, but, I
They
grew
have the
up, like,
good morning shows.
so they had the Good Morning Show. So Jillian Barberie, I was the biggest fan of her. I don't know if you're familiar, but she was a spicy morning news weather girl, and she was
Ooh,
hot. She would wear stripper heels to the show. She would bring her dog on set. She would say things that
that's
she's
fun.
not supposed to say on TV, like on Fox News, whatever, Channel 11 News. And I wanted to be her. So I always intended that I was going to be a morning news. I was like, I'm going to be the next Jillian Barberie. But
That's
then I had a
awesome.
baby at 19. And so the college thing did not, pan out. And I went the corporate route. But
Uh-huh.
so when you just like totally triggered a memory in my brain that like, I was like, I wanted to do morning news.
Well, LA definitely has, like, the more fun morning news, I would say, because, like
Yes.
well, I'll say, when I got to Dallas, the morning show I was on was a lot more fun, a lot more,
Mm.
like, personality driven, whereas, like, I started my career in El Paso, and I was being told to calm down my personality and to be
I
just more,
hate
like, to the
that.
point, and I'm like, "People are waking up. They don't wake
Yes.
up, like, stiff and bored." Like, it's the mornings.
No.
Yes, the news sometimes sucks, but at least, like, making it, I don't know, a little bit more conversational and human would make it a little less jarring, I think, for some people, but again,
Yeah.
I do think the news landscape in general is just that's a whole different conversation. That's just changing. So, because I
Well, and
do see
where
what we're doing here is
yes.
becoming common. You're seeing it
Yes.
even with regular I'm seeing, like, my local news people, the people I used to work with, for example, just now starting to do, like, what we're doing with pop culture and Bravo, but with local news. And I'm like,
Yes.
"This is the way you get to people."
This is the way you get to people. People are getting their news from social media.
Yeah,
That
they
is
are.
just the landscape. It's very
Mhm.
rare that somebody, like, maybe boomers and stuff, they turn on the morning news or maybe at night they watch
Right.
it. But like for me, I have reliable sources or what I've deemed reliable sources
Exactly.
that I follow here on TikTok.
Exactly.
And though, those are my sources and I get my news from them. And so it's like, it's no
Right.
longer the days of like, going to channel KTLA or, whatever it
And
was
waiting.
and
Yeah.
waiting. I'm like, no, I can't wait. I need it
Right.
now.
I need it now.
Yes, we get the news now. So, okay, so you started talking about you've had an interest in reality TV for a while now, as have I. Like, I feel like I started with
yeah.
The Real World back in the day on MTV. Like, that was
Yes.
TV gold. TV
MTV, I don't
gold.
know what happened to MTV and how they went down the Rob Dyrdek route because they had
Oh,
such good reality TV from The Real World to The Challenge. And those are the ones I grew
iconic.
up with in Jersey Shore. And then once like the
Yes.
Bravo was just starting out, it was like Flipping Out and Rachel Zoe's show, which I think is
Loved
so cool that
both.
Rachel Zoe is back. Yeah, I loved
Oh,
both. So it's like, I love reality TV. I've
I
grown up with
love
it.
reality TV, and there's certain people who do it better. You mentioned Jeff Lewis. Love him or hate him or somewhere in the middle. Um, he is reality TV gold. And
He
that
knows
is
what
why
he's
his
doing.
dude, I was just listening to his SiriusXM radio show because it's like the perfect soap opera. You get
It
to
is.
keep up with this cast of characters that are like they're all interesting in their own ways, and Jeff
Completely.
included, right? And
Exactly.
he puts it all on the line, the good, the bad, the ugly, and he happens to be really funny and charming, but he's also a little toxic and a little, feisty
That's
and kind of an
I made a
asshole.
video. I literally made a video about that not long ago saying, like, I wouldn't mind if Jeff Lewis honestly takes over for Andy after because I don't know. I like how he gets messy in some ways.
I
I
do
do think
too.
he does both very well. I think sometimes like there are things that he says where I'm like, I just can't agree with that. But
Absolutely.
we can't agree with everything everyone ever says.
We can't.
But I also think he just really knows how to like ask the right questions, ask the hard questions and the uncomfy questions, which I love from a host.
Same. And Andy, and I've heard a lot of talk, and I tend to agree. He breezes past like really hard hitting topics that it's like, no, we need more, dude. And he also doesn't hold certain housewives' asses to the fire. I'm talking Gretchen
No.
Rossi. I am
Oh,
sorry. With the OC reunion, I wanted to jump through my screen and go, no, stay on this topic. Don't put words in her mouth.
I
Let
know.
her squirm a little bit, and
I know.
I'm sorry, but what she did, and she basically admitted that she did it, and then she tried to say it was Tamra and bots and whatever. No,
None of it made sense.
none of it made sense. And if it doesn't make sense, it's like I've watched enough true crime to know it's like that's probably because the story she's selling is not true.
Exactly. And to me, if the story were true, why wasn't the evidence given to us? Like I have been harping about this in almost every Orange County video I've made regarding this. Like
Yeah.
if Gretchen's proof was so, I mean, so hard, it's so like it would have cleared her name. She would have released that on social media because she would
So
have
fast.
loved for everyone to go after Tamra. She would have loved
Absolutely.
that. I am not the
Absolutely.
biggest Tamra fan,
Right.
but to me, like Tamra was not responsible for her social media. She is
No.
responsible for her social media. Tamra's just responsible for bringing it on camera, which
Yes.
I'm honestly glad she did because I feel like that's been talked about so much online. And
Yes.
if you're going to come back to a show and I mean, people have been talking about this for years on like Reddit and Twitter. So in
Sure.
my opinion, it's going to get brought up.
Of
And you got
course.
to be able to face the music.
This is housewives. They all have skeletons, and we know enough to know. And if a housewife's not going to bring it up, a sleuth who's watching is going to bring it up. Like, and it's going to get talked about somewhere, like you said, Reddit, TikTok, on the show. So it's like you can't really hide. So you've got to be prepared. And for her, it was such a bullshit move for her to blame it on after she basically admitted it. Well, I didn't, I tend to scroll at night and not really. I must have been tired, or I don't really know what I was following. Okay, well, that's your answer. But then your
I'm
answer
like, that's your
can't.
algorithm.
That's your exactly. And that is the funny thing. It's like, babe, do you know how the algorithm works? You
Yeah.
know, I get
Oh
a
my
lot of
gosh.
it's like
I
my
consume a lot
algorithm
of
will tell you a
Housewives
lot about
content.
me.
Yeah, so it's like I'm fed the content that I interact with most. So clearly you're interacting with a lot of hateful shit if that's
That's
what's coming
it.
up on your feed. And I just
Period.
wish if she would have just owned it, I really feel like people would have been able to forgive her and move on. But
Agree.
because she's playing dumb and like, oh, I didn't do this or I didn't do that, I would never like these kinds of posts. I have gay friends. And I'm like, that's a crazy explanation. That is
That in alone like it's giving I have a black friend, so I can't
yes.
be racist,
Yes.
right? And the way that she
Exactly.
tried to say that she had a drag queen Tupperware party
Years ago. Like
Yeah.
what was this? Like over a decade ago.
years ago. Yeah. So it's like, okay, yeah, it was ridiculous. And I absolutely agree with you. And I think I've said this in several videos is that there's a way for her to go, I'm ashamed that I ever believed any of that. I'm ashamed that
Yes.
I fell down that rabbit hole. I'm ashamed. Like I no longer believe that way. And I apologize that
Yes.
you had to see this. Heather Dubrow, I'm so sorry. I love your kids. I love you. Can you forgive
Mhm.
me? Because I am not that person anymore. That would have been squash the beef.
We would have been done.
Girl, done. But
I just
and that's
I want to think that maybe sometimes I think to myself, like if I were playing devil's advocate for Andy's sake, is he not trying to get involved to not be too like picking sides? But for this one, I just thought like, as a gay man, like,
yes.
how are you not just a little bit like pushing this a little bit? Like, ask some tougher questions, hold her feet to the fire because
Right.
this is pretty bad. This is, I mean, and if she can't even admit it and is trying to pin it on another cast member, that's
That's
gross.
gross. That is gross.
Yeah.
That's gross, girl. And that's where I have a problem with so many housewives is we've watched enough housewives to know that many of them often struggle with accountability. Like
Ugh.
I could rattle off
Yeah.
20 names right now. And it's like right now, my biggest unaccountable queen is Meredith. So I want
Ugh.
to talk to you about her. Oh, and also, girl, I'm pretty sure that airplane gate happened because of you.
I know. My husband was like, wow, the butterfly effect is so real. What have you done? I was like, I just read a comment.
I know. You're just like so innocent in reading a comment. And now all of a sudden you're featured on Salt Lake Housewives. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So tell me how this came to be. So you are
Okay.
on TikTok. Talk about the video and then how it transpired to be featured on the Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Honestly, the video was so innocent, and like even the comment that I included about Meredith was such a non-issue to me. The only reason I included it was because of her issues with Seth on her first season. That's the
Sure.
only reason I included that.
Yeah.
But the post, it was a post that went viral. It was back at that time where people were posting pictures on a plane. They're like, before I land, let's see how many people can comment this. This person was like, how many people can tell me all the crazy Bravo tea they know?
Mm.
This post had gone viral. It had like well over 300,000 views by the time I saw it, I think. And I just remember scrolling for hours through this comment section because it was so juicy. It was like different people having different experiences with all different kinds of Bravo celebrities.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me make a video reading a few of these comments.
Fun.
Hers
Yeah.
was like, I want to say towards the tail end of the video because I put the more juicy ones at the beginning and like the ones that to me like didn't really seem like they had anything to them towards the end. Hers, I want to say, was towards the middle or end. But even when I put it in, I was like, I'm only putting this in because her first season was like her marital issues with Seth.
Right.
So maybe this has like some leg to it. I don't know.
Sure.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So I read it. And then I want to say not that long after I got an email from production, I'd never talked to any of the women. I really don't want to ever become a part of the story.
Right.
That's not my goal.
No.
So I'm like, I'm not ever going to conspire with these women or try to become part of their storylines. Production had reached out to me and they said, hey, one of the women saw your video. They want to use it in an upcoming conversation with one of the ladies. Can we use this part of the clip? And I was like, yeah, sure, go for it. Because they wanted to use it literally within the next 12 hours.
Got it.
It was so quick.
Yeah.
So I had like signed it off. I did not get paid for it. I did not care to get paid for it.
Sure.
And I was like, if they give me some credit, cool. I did not expect it to become what it was.
Right.
I did not expect to even see them watching my video. I thought at most I'd just get a little credit. But the amount of drama that came out of that video.
Insane.
Because I'm like, if it's not true, the way she's brushing off Heather right now,
Yes.
she should have brushed off that then, because
Such a
then
good
nobody
point.
would have given a shit.
Solid point. And you and I yet again agree. I have said a million times, first off, why such a big reaction? If it's not true, if there aren't any major issues, it's the kind of thing where you could just be like, listen, bitch, don't talk about my marriage, but also I don't give a shit because I'm good. Bye. Moving on.
Exactly.
But Meredith not only had a huge reaction in the moment, she stewed on it and it all exploded on. She was
Yes.
still stewing on it. She was so angry
Yes.
that it all exploded on the plane. So it's like,
Mhm.
like you said, where there's smoke, there's fire. That reaction is giving something's there.
Oh, yeah.
Brittany triggered a hot button. Now, of course, is it a shitty thing that Brittany did bring it? Of course it is.
Of course it was.
Right. This is Housewives, but this isn't like the first. And I appreciate her bringing something up to talk about, as
Right.
toxic as that is. But like you said, it's like the reaction is the reason that we are even still discussing it. And Meredith, in my opinion, is doing herself no favors by literally denying it ever happened and trying to gaslight these women. Girl, just like the Gretchen thing, if she could just be like, listen, I've said this before, like, I got a little crossfaded. I don't know, like something, you know what I mean? Like a little
I'm
wine.
convinced. I was with you when you said like maybe she mixed some Ambien or something. Like I think I've seen someone, maybe it wasn't you, maybe it was somebody else who
Yeah,
said maybe she took an Ambien on the
sure.
plane. I had to take Ambien for morning news.
Yes,
You do shit you don't remember.
crazy
I
shit.
cleaned an entire house, woke up to which was crazy. I woke up to a spotless house one day and my husband was like, I think we cleaned last night. I was
No.
like,
Your husband's like, more Ambien, please.
yeah, he's like, I like this. We should
I
do this
like
more
this.
often.
She's cleaning the whole place. But yeah, it's like,
But it
nobody
happens.
would judge Meredith if she said something like
No.
that. Now, if she's too embarrassed or if that's not what happened, she didn't mix alcohol and pills, well, then cool, don't say that. But say something like, I got rowdy on the plane. I was inappropriate. I'm very
Right.
sorry that it hurt your feelings in that way. That was not my intent. I
Exactly.
want to move on from this, but also don't fucking talk about my husband anymore. She could have just been
Exactly.
like that.
They would have moved on. She honestly gave Brittany a bigger spot on the show too by doing what she
She
did.
sure did.
Brittany is a friend of, and she is looking for a way to be full-time. She's entertaining. I will say it. Like I
I will
find her
too.
ditziness just it's entertaining. I don't feel like everything has to be like toxic and drama all the time.
No,
With her, she kind of has this like ditzy quirkiness to her that I enjoy watching.
I do too.
But again, she's looking for that full-time spot. That was a great moment for her
It was.
because look how much it's brought up just from, I mean, how many episodes has it been? I feel like it's been 7 or 8 episodes since the Below Deck crossover.
And we're still
So
talking about it. Yes.
we're
And
still,
also, not only is Brittany a friend of technically, but she's giving main character energy. Meredith is doing the opposite. Meredith is a main character
exactly.
and she's just zip. She won't argue
Yeah.
back. She won't defend herself. She
Nope.
says she doesn't want to talk in a group. She wants to talk
Nope.
it like one-on-one. It's like that is
Mhm.
friend of character or energy. And it's like, so I
It
just,
totally is.
you know what I mean? So it's like you have to, we're on Housewives. You have to give more. Meredith is giving nothing. And I know she has her fans. That's fine. But I
Mhm.
just feel like she's being super lazy about it and really doesn't want to be there. And maybe something's going on in her life. Like, I don't know.
I
But
don't
you
feel like
can't
she
shut
opens up a
down.
lot.
That's
I
it.
agree. And I feel like when a housewife stops opening up a lot, I mean, I don't feel like production's going to want to keep filming you. So if like, I
Yes.
mean, for example, I feel like they're saying that she's renting her home in Salt Lake City because she's not there a majority of the time. I'm
Yes.
actually doing a video about this later this week about like casting housewives that don't actually live in the cities
Yeah.
that you're casting them in. Because if she's not really there all the time, then like, is she the right fit for the show?
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to her filming like with the group, or like at least what Heather is trying to push, I'm not the biggest fan of that because I think she would have filmed a one-on-one with Heather. And I would
Yes.
have been glad to see that
Sure.
because I still think they would have hashed it out and then they still would have probably talked about it with the group. But at least if they had that initial conversation, it probably wouldn't have been as like all these women piling up against Meredith.
Yes.
Granted, I do think she did something on that plane because I also don't think Mary would have Brittany's back.
100%.
So
There's
I
no
just,
reason that Mary has to, I can't think of a motive. What does Mary have to gain for trying to completely
exactly.
blatantly lie about something that didn't
Exactly.
happen on this plane? Mary's telling the
Exactly.
truth, in my opinion.
Well, and isn't it true we're supposed to see some footage either at the reunion or the finale or something? There is apparently footage from the plane, but they're now just, which I hate, by the way. I feel
Same.
this is what makes a show feel produced.
Yeah.
I
That you
wish they would
hold,
just show it.
they would just show it. And it's like, it's just too, it's so produced. And it's
Yeah.
very hard to watch reality TV for now versus before. It was like the Wild
Yeah.
Wild West before. And it felt so much more real.
It was so different
It
back
was
then.
so God, I just relish those days. But like going back to like a Brittany and a Meredith, the thing is, listen, do I respect the way that Brittany has handled motherhood? Not really. I mean, she's got some work to do.
Oh, yeah.
However, what I will give her credit for is that she put it all on camera. She's putting it all out there. She's allowing us who are going to judge her severely to watch her have a conversation, super cringy and uncomfortable conversation with her daughter.
That makes a good housewife.
It makes a good housewife. Whereas Meredith, what do we know about Meredith? What do we know? Besides very surfacey conversations,
Yeah.
there are no, so it's like
It's curated.
it's
Her
curated.
brand is very curated. And
Yes.
almost like Lisa Barlow kind of does the same thing
She
too.
sure
Where
does.
it's like their brand, they're trying to curate this brand where it's like, no, you are on a reality show. We want to
Yeah.
see the good, the bad, the ugly. I don't care if you fuck up. Like,
Yes.
own it, move on, like next drama. Like,
Yes.
that's the whole point of Housewives. So I feel like when they start trying to curate their brands, and you see this with Housewives, honestly, that stay on a show for a prolonged time.
Yes.
I feel like once they've been on there for so long, obviously they're like really good friends with producers, so I'm sure they can get away with a lot more. But I feel like they start hiding a lot more. They're not as transparent as they were in their initial seasons.
They get a little
And I hope
comfortable.
Brittany, yeah, exactly. And I hope if Brittany does come back next season as a full-time housewife, she keeps this up, because I do like seeing housewives that put it all out there.
I do
Bronwyn
too.
is kind of like that too.
She
I
sure
mean, like
is.
the stuff with Todd, the stuff with her mom.
Oh my gosh.
I love getting to know these housewives on a deeper level
I
than
do
just the
too.
drama with the girls. And
Yes.
they're doing a good job at doing that.
They are. They absolutely are earning their paychecks and then
Mhm.
some. I could not agree more. And then you have like a Lisa Barlow and a Meredith. Like, first of all, I had to laugh when Lisa Barlow had all the Gucci bags surrounding her. It's like strategically placed. Girl, stop.
Well, and then her argument with Angie, it wasn't last night's episode. I think it was the week before, where they were just going like, no, I own this. No,
Yeah.
well, I have this
I've had a
bag. And
Porsche for many years.
I'm like, I love these kinds of housewives
do too.
fights, but it's just, Lisa
You-
Barlow is so special to me. I don't know why. I find her entertaining, but she's
Very.
also really crazy on social media. She really should tone it down.
Oh my God, she's been in my comments.
She's been in my DMs.
Yeah. Oh my God. I believe she's in everybody. Like, she's obsessed. It's like, Lisa, calm down. Oh, and also when I was at BravoCon, this is funny. I don't know. I think I talked about this on my podcast.
Uh-huh.
The first night, it was like the big night. Everybody was excited to see each other, not just like creators, fans, but like housewives. And so the housewives were done with their like work for the day. So all these black SUVs start pulling up at the Four Seasons, and we're like, oh, housewives are about to walk. And then every housewife you can think of from every franchise, near and far, like new and old, whatever, they were all there. So they're all walking in. And by then the place is just like buzzing. And we're all like, me and Oliver are talking to Mary Cosby. Then I'm over talking to Cynthia Bailey and Portia. And then I'm talking to like all these people. And who do I see crashing the F out in the breezeway? She wouldn't even enter the Four Seasons. Crashing out. This is Lisa Barlow, not enjoying her time. Everybody's laughing, kikiing, having drinks, like hugging, taking pictures. Lisa Barlow, there's like a glass door that when you pull up at the Four Seasons, you go through one set of glass doors, then there's a breezeway, and then another set. She stood in that breezeway with I won't name names. This person could talk about it on their own, but with a creator that we both know.
I was going to ask, who was she with? I need to know.
off mic, I'll say, just only because I doubt that this person cares, but if in the event they do care,
right.
You know, but Lisa Barlow was opening up to this person and just completely crashing out, just using hand and you could just tell she was just like not, and I'm like, girl, it's BravoCon. And I would find out later it was her complaining about, she thinks she's getting the bad edit on the show. And and this part made me kind of sad, but she was like, I just feel like tomorrow I'm going to get booed by everybody at BravoCon. Like, she was afraid that everybody was going to boo her because her season didn't start off well, right?
Yeah,
like
her season is not starting off very well.
It's not starting off well. So I did feel bad, but that was a little inside tea at BravoCon. I did feel bad because I don't want any housewife to have anxiety, or anybody to have anxiety that they're going to be booed.
No. Completely, obviously. I do think Lisa sometimes brings it on herself
with
how she interacts with fans. Because like you saying that she's having a crash out doesn't surprise me.
Not at all.
Like, she attacked a smaller creator and started screaming defamation. It's like, your best friend's a lawyer.
Yes.
Go ask her what defamation means.
Yes.
And then go accuse people of defamation. People having an opinion about you is not defamation.
That's not defamation. Get
You're on a reality
straight.
Yeah, you're on a reality show. There are going to be people who like you, and there are going to be people who dislike you. I don't like nor dislike Lisa Barlow. I find her entertaining. I think she's great for the show, but her crashing out in people's comments, like she DM'd me about it. Basically what she was saying was like, I'm backing up defamation. And I was like, you really need to know what defamation is if you're going to accuse people.
Yeah.
But you're making a bigger deal of things when you're in the comment section.
Yes.
You're making it such a big deal by freaking out about it. It's like when Meredith freaked out about the TikTok video that Brittany brought up.
Yes.
You're making everything a bigger spectacle by bringing attention to it. You're on the biggest Housewives show right now on the network.
Yes.
You guys
get out of the comments.
Yeah, everybody is eyeing that.
Yes, it gives us more to talk about. It fuels the fire, and then everybody's just kind of laughing at her, and I don't like that for anybody. It's like, then we can't even
No.
really take you seriously because she was in my comments because I made a video. I always start off with a spicy take with my videos, but I'm very
Which
snarky
we
about it.
love.
Thank you. Okay, good. I don't know any other way to be. But I made a video and I said, "You guys, Lisa Barlow's blinking faster than ever." And you know what that means? She's lying. And then I went on to like talk about like why I think she's lying about some things. And then and then she literally came into my comments and she goes, "I'm blinking more now because I have dry eyes."
Oh, it's like, don't take it so
I
personally
don't
or
need your
seriously.
diagnosis. Like it's not that deep, girl.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep, but she's like, "Girl, get out." And so now she's known to be in comments and DMs, and it's like, you can't.
Yes.
But I'm with you. I have never hated Lisa Barlow. There are housewives that I
Yeah.
would say I actually do despise. I think they're just like trash people, but
Right.
Lisa Barlow's not one of them. I think
No.
in real life, could she and I ever have a friendship? Very likely not. I just think she truly is, and I would say this, very self-absorbed, very it's very
Agreed.
hard for her to make anything about anybody else other than herself, and that would be
Yeah.
difficult for me. However, and also I wouldn't be able to trust like half of what she says about her lifestyle. Like, I'm sorry, it's giving like overcompensation. However,
Yeah.
like you said, don't fire her from that show because I love watching Baby Gorgeous on that show. I
I
love
lo
it.
I love her crash outs. I
That's
live
it.
for her crash outs. That's what
Yeah.
makes her good TV. And I
Yes.
mean, I think she'll learn the more she goes on, like, not to, I guess, be so in the comment section or
So
online, because I feel
sensitive.
like being
Yeah.
chronically in the comment section will be her, it could be her downfall, I think, if she
Sure.
doesn't stop. But I think she's very entertaining TV. Honestly, the cast as it is right now, I
Gold.
wouldn't change. To me,
Solid
I would
gold.
leave it. Like, I'm seeing reports that Meredith may not come back because she may be demoted, or they were gonna demote her, so she's gonna quit because she doesn't wanna be demoted. Whatever it is, I think that's a mistake. I think they should give them all full-time roles. They're all equally giving a lot.
And in different ways though. Like in
Yes.
different ways. And so I really like you said, if I could see one housewife go, it would be Meredith, but I'm not aiming for it. Like I'm like, keep them all. Let's
Yeah,
not mess up a good thing. Now, OC, I
exactly.
said needs almost a complete overhaul. Like, don't even get. I
OC
am.
needs an exorcism.
Oh, boy.
Oh my god. I don't know if I can
Like a
stomach
saging,
OC
like a
next year.
yeah,
It really
no,
depends on casting at this point
it
because it
does.
was so freaking dark and toxic. I felt
Gross.
icky coming out of almost every episode.
I did too. I felt icky. I was hate watching it. I couldn't wait for
Yes.
I was so and I hate to, but I was so triggered by it. I was
I
so
know.
triggered by it. And I made so many videos and I look back on my videos. I'm like, man, I was angry. Like I was like,
Same.
absolutely. And and it's like, I understand that this is just housewives, but when you go into territory that I see before my own eyes, which I've been very open about, that I think was racism, I think that we had
It was.
racism and other issues on that show, that I can't help but be, I hate it. Like I hate it.
Oh,
I just,
yeah.
and I call it out. It's gross to
Oh,
me.
yeah.
And that's not what I want to see. And I don't give a shit that
No.
they're from OC and that they're, oh, that's what OC. No, progress a
No.
little bit. Like let's progress a little bit.
OC is not a red county. I made a video about this
So
because I
true.
know Vicky came out and said that
100%.
it is a conservative.
No,
It
it
is
is
not a
not.
conservative county.
No, it
Your
is not.
bubble's conservative. That's what's conservative.
That's what it is.
Otherwise, if you look at the voting record, it hasn't been conservative in almost a decade.
So true.
So it's just like, and I want to see a balance. I don't tend to, I'm not conservative. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious if you go look at my reposts. I'm not
Same.
conservative.
Same.
But I believe that both sides have to be able to come together
Yes.
and coexist. Like I don't think Vicky would appreciate it if somebody came out and said, we need to get rid of all the conservative housewives. I mean,
And
a
I
good
don't want
majority of
that.
these housewives are conservative. I don't want that. I
No,
want them to be able to talk to one another.
I do
Gretchen
too.
had a wonderful opportunity to learn from something this season. And granted, I don't think she did. I
No,
don't
of
think any
course
of
I
those
didn't.
ladies learned anything. I think they apologized at the reunion because of all the backlash they were getting online.
Yes.
And if I were like Emily and Gina, I'd be scared shitless that I'm not coming back next season because I mean, those two were so
Awful.
mean.
Awful. awful.
And in
Emily
my head, I'm like, you both have daughters, and I'm not a mom. So I mean, I'm not trying to bring their kids into it, but in my
Sure.
head, I'm like, you wouldn't want your kid treated this way.
No.
So why would you treat another woman and isolate her to this extent? This is gross.
Over a fake polygraph.
Yeah.
Over a fake and over one woman, Katie, saying that her daughter said that, you know, when she was babysitting Emily,
Yeah.
that you may have said that Heather's
Oh
mean
my
to you in front of your kids. Big fuck. You know how much shit I talk, and my daughter hears me. She's 12. We live in a house that's
Who
not a
cares?
mansion. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
okay. I've said this a million times. If somebody's a dick to me, I'm gonna come home and talk shit about them to my husband. And I'm gonna say
Exactly.
they were a dick. This is how I feel. Moving on. And
Exactly.
if my daughter hears it and she repeats it, I'll be like, well, I did say that about you because you were a dick. You were
Yeah.
a dick.
Own it.
And Emily could have just been like, you body shame me last year. Like
Yes.
you called me snuffleupagus. Yeah. So I talked a little shit. Get over it. But
No, I know.
it's like you just made it. And again, the lack of accountability just makes it for a bigger and a bigger and a bigger storyline to where
Makes it such a bigger deal.
it does. When we're all ready to move on at a certain point, like we're beating a dead horse, but it's because you're gaslighting and acting like it didn't happen, and you're lying and you're not accepting accountability for certain things. So it's like we can't move on. So yeah,
No.
OC was you know, I'm hoping for a major shakeup there. And I've said this before. Vicky's not my favorite housewife, to be honest. Like, I'm not super excited to see her back. I really don't like how they keep circling the drain and, well, let's bring this one back from 10 years ago. It's like, I don't really want that. Like, I kind of want something new and
No.
fresh, you know, but okay,
There are
cool.
plenty of wealthy women in Orange County that
Oh
I
my,
could imagine would want to be on the show. Part of me wants to understand why they're doing it for season 20, maybe because it's just like a landmark year for them.
sure.
But I don't know how much I can ever get over what Vicky did with Brooks
Oh,
and the whole
girl.
fake cancer thing. I've had cancer. Having somebody
Oh,
fake cancer is fucked up.
it's
I mean,
so
that is
fucked
just
up, unacceptable.
so unacceptable.
Full stop.
I mean, it's just like she shouldn't have been allowed back after that.
I
I
agree.
don't understand keeping the same women over and over again. I feel like there's plenty of opportunity to grow with new women, but we're just not doing that. We keep circling back to the same people. I feel like New Jersey's about to do the same freaking thing
I
too.
know.
But like, and it's just like, we need new blood on a lot of these shows.
We
If
do.
anything, mix them in with like OGs and some new ones, because then it's easier to phase out the OGs
Mm-hmm.
as like the new ones are getting their footing in and
That's it.
becoming more relevant. But we keep circling back the drain with like Orange County or even like Beverly Hills. Kyle is still on the show. I don't think she should still be on
Oh,
the show.
Kyle's got to go. Kyle's got to
Gotta
go.
go. If
It's
you're not
time.
open and honest.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of that term, open and honest.
Oh gosh.
With that
Yeah.
franchise specifically, because they are hardly ever open and honest. But
Yes.
and that's again what happens, I feel like, when a housewife is on a show for too long. They start curating their brand. They're careful about what they want to put out. And again, it's a reality show. We want to see the good, the bad, the ugly. That's what
We
makes it
do.
fun.
Yes, and it's all been widely reported. You know, Kyle is besties, you know, I say besties, but very close to a lot of producers now at this point. So she, you know, they're doing her a solid, I'm sure. And she's not really sharing much. And she's kind of like lost. I hate this so like cheesy, but it's like she's lost her sparkle. I don't know. She's not as fun as she used to be. And I'm not even saying it's because she's not drinking. I'm just saying she's just kind of
It's not the
there.
same.
She's
Yeah,
just kind of there,
exactly.
you know?
She's pushing storylines, I feel like. I feel like she plays producer, and I don't want to watch a housewife play
Agreed.
producer and move storylines around or get people to start arguments. I feel like it just comes off very, again, disingenuous. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there's so much more we can work with. And also, and I like take the example from like Paige DeZorbo. Leave while you're still on top.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to
Agreed.
stay somewhere until like my time just runs out.
Right.
Like, I think it's better to leave when you're on top. I think Kyle could still get away with that even today. I think
Mhm.
she would have been better off a few years ago, if I'm being
Mhm.
honest. But I just think at some point it's better to leave the show when you're still on top, because then it's easier to hold some sort of a platform outside of the housewives realm.
Yes, agree.
Because we're just not seeing that. I feel like we're seeing so many housewives just like almost, I don't want to say like age out of the system. It's almost like they're just getting pushed out because like their storylines just aren't giving anymore.
That's it. And also, like, if she would have left on a high note, Kyle, she was a beloved housewife. Like, she was that
Yes.
relatable, but like fun and like
Yes.
spicy and like and we watched her get very
Exactly.
wealthy, like all the things. So
Exactly.
exciting. She had the drama with her family, which was sad, but also interesting to watch.
Mhm.
But now it's like, now she's basically, everybody's like, vile Kyle, get right. Kyle's boring.
I
She's not.
know.
So, and that sucks for her because like she really
Exactly.
was like a staple, for so many years.
Yeah.
But it's, so yeah, I would
Mhm.
agree. And at some point, I'm sure they're going to circle the drain and bring her back. So it's like, you can step
Exactly.
down. They'll probably, you're Kyle Richards. They probably will come back when you're in that lesbian relationship that we all want. Like, I love that for
That we
her.
all wanna watch.
I love it. Yes, we all want to watch.
I feel like people would embrace it too. I don't fully understand. I feel like the backlash came from her being secretive about it, and I feel like
Yes.
that's what's annoying people. And
Yeah.
then now 3 years later, you're coming out saying, "Yeah, so I was in a relationship," and it's
And you
like,
won't say names, and you
oh my
won't.
god, okay." Garcelle was, like, bending backwards trying to get this out last year, and they made her like a villain over it,
They
and
sure did.
ugh,
That
and now
bothered
this
me.
season feels all about Garcelle.
It does. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I wanna dive into that, and I'm glad you said that. That's actually exactly how I feel. I have one more question for you regarding
Yeah, yeah.
Salt Lake, and then I wanna move on to Beverly Hills.
Yeah, yeah.
Where do you stand on the Brittany and Angie of it all and the trademark of high body count hair? What say you?
Angie should have been faster. It's how
Thank
business
you.
works. It's business. Brittany
Thank
went
you.
faster. Brittany got the what was it? The
Trademark.
trademark.
Yeah.
So it's Brittany's.
Fair
I mean,
game.
Brittany was part of it, technically.
She
So I
was.
do think it's fair game. But if Angie was smart, she would have trademarked it literally right after that episode aired.
It was and I absolutely am so glad. I knew you were gonna say that, by the way. I was like, I knew that my girl Kezhal is gonna be team Brittany on this. And listen, love or hate
I'm
Brittany,
glad
but
you're on the same page though.
oh, girl, I am. And it's like, and I don't even think it's a hot take. It's like, first of all, her comment, her reply back to Angie was like, I took it on the chin. I'm the one who took it on the
Exactly.
chin. And if I look at the situation and a woman is gonna dare to like diss me in that way, checkmate, bitch. I'm gonna go
That
trademark that before you can. Like it's
it's the best checkmate. It's the best one up. And honestly, Brittany has been taking a lot on the chin. I feel
she
like she is the
has.
punching bag to these women.
Yeah.
And granted, she does say some shit where you're just like, what the like
I
what?
know. I
But
know.
it's like, so it makes it kind of easy for the ladies. But then again, I like her attitude. She doesn't take things so personally. Like she's fun. I
No.
actually enjoy that about Brittany.
I like her energy
Yeah.
sometimes because she's like,
Yeah.
she knows they're rolling their eyes at her. Like they're not even like literally like almost like she's a like shoe fly. Oh God, it's just Brittany.
Exactly.
And she's just like, she's funny sometimes. She's kind of witty sometimes. She's
Yeah.
vulnerable. She puts it all on the table. Like you don't have to love
Exactly.
her as a mother or a this or a that. And yes, her relationship with Jared is annoying as hell, but it's
Ugh,
like she puts it out there and it's interesting to talk about. So I
exactly.
love her on the show. I can
I do
separate
too.
like would she and I be besties in real life? Probably not. But
No,
guess
probably
what?
not. No, same.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, probably not. Love her on the show, though. It's like a Lisa Barlow situation. It's like, keep
Exactly.
her. And
Mhm.
Angie was being a little, and I love Angie on the show too, because I love me a spicy housewife that can like just don't
Oh,
fuck with
yeah.
me, girl. Don't come
Oh,
for me. I love Angie for that. But she was being a little bit mean girl, with Brittany because she was so pissed off that she trademarked her saying, it's like, girl, that's your bad. Like,
she was mad. I
yeah,
could tell Angie was mad because I feel like Angie seems to actually to me be one of the nicer of the housewives. Like
sure.
I get good
Very.
vibes from her. She's one of those people I'm like, I could see myself being friends with an Angie.
Same.
She seems very open-minded, chill, fun. But in that moment, I was actually surprised at how angry she got. Granted, it's a smart business move
It is
because
very smart.
I would put that shit all over t-shirts. I would put it all over merch. I would be hawking that shit out if I were Brittany right now.
And I would buy it.
But
I
it's
would
probably
buy
why
that.
Angie's upset.
Yes, I would 100% buy that t-shirt. If
Yeah,
Sheree had made some sort of a bedazzled hoodie that was like, "Who gonna check me, boo?" I would pay
exactly.
$150 for that thing. I
Exactly.
like some of these housewives have such iconic moments that like
Yes.
I rattle it off the tongue in casual conversation all the time. Like you have no
Same.
like the number of times that I've
Oh,
been like, "Who gonna check me, boo? Who said that?" Like
I'm always saying name him. And I
name
I
them,
taught my father. My father doesn't watch any reality TV, but I showed him that one
name
clip and
them.
he always walks around. He's like, name him. Name him. It's our
It's
favorite
such
thing
a
to do.
versatile it's like it's so versatile too,
You
you
could do
can
it for
use it.
anything.
That's it. Oh my god, and I'm loving all the not another scheme set up by Todd.
Oh, Todd is not a good name to have right now in the Bravoverse.
The 3
I mean,
Todds. The 3 Todds
there's
turns
a
out
curse
are
behind that
trash.
name.
Allegedly. I don't know. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So I guess we should talk a little bit about Beverly Hills. Like, what are your
Yes.
overall thoughts? You said a little bit about like, listen, they will not get Garcelle's name out of their mouths. I mean,
It's like they're beating the same damn story
yeah.
again. It's like we've been wondering who is Kyle dating for the last 3 years. If I'm being honest, I've been bored with Beverly Hills for the last few years.
Same.
It's not exciting.
It's not
I don't
exciting.
leave the show the way I leave Salt Lake, where I'm like, oh my God, I have to watch that scene again. That was
Yes.
funny. That was
Yes.
good. It was crazy. But theirs is just like the first 2 episodes, I guess there's only been 2, have been kind of slow for me. And I'm
Mhm.
waiting because now they're saying this new girl, Amanda Francis, is supposed to bring some drama. I'm like, finally, fresh blood,
Please
new drama.
do.
I need something new. Erica's never going to talk about the problems from her, just like, and the whole stuff that came out of her husband's court case, the fact that she's still married to this man too, it's just like all of
What
this
is
is
going
very,
on?
and we'll never know. And then she'll get upset that all of us are questioning, but it's like, get off a reality show.
Oops, sorry. I just hit
No,
my
you're
mic.
good.
It's like my did you see
Even your camera was like, I'm done
my
talking about Erica.
camera reacted to Erica Girardi. Okay, let's see. I think I need to go down a little bit. Sorry.
No, you're completely
You would
good.
think that I have a better set. I just recently switched my setup because I wasn't happy with the old one, but I'm kind of like in transition. So it's like
So it's still playing around with it.
it's pretty janky. It's pretty janky, I will admit. So I think I need to go.
No, mine is still very new too. I'm
Okay,
happy
let me
mine
get-
has stayed connected because I've been having connection issues with mine. So
Yeah, mine is not the best. Okay, let me go like this. I'm like, gonna get my shit together one day. Okay, so
I love your background though. I think it looks really nice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It works for now, but I do want to make some changes. I feel like I need to call Jeff Lewis to redo my
Jeff, redo my studio, flip it out.
He's like, listen, ma'am, your budget is not what
Not the
yeah.
budget I'm looking for.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. So you were yeah, Erica Jane. So Erica
She's not
Jane,
transparent.
she's
She's just
not-
not transparent.
no, and then she's also just like you were saying, like with Vicky Gunvalson, it's like you can't really move on past the fact that she helped somebody fake cancer and sold that as a storyline. That's so icky. I can't move past an Erica Jane, the way that she behaved throughout her husband's trial in his case, the way that somebody was like, but what about the victims? And she's like, I give a fuck about myself. That's it.
That pissed me off. That's why I couldn't be a fan of hers. I wasn't
No.
a big fan of hers before that. I've always found her to be cold and not very like, I'm not a fan. Like I remember when
No.
she snapped at Eileen years ago.
I
and I'm
hated
just like,
that.
where did that come from? Like that was
Yeah.
so, it was like a nasty response. I wasn't a fan of it.
No, she's
But
a mean girl.
she's such a mean girl. And I feel
Mhm.
like she picks and chooses who she, I guess, like, I don't know. I guess if she feels like she's intimidated by someone, she pulls back. She's not like hard with them. But if she
Mm.
feels like someone is weak almost, like
Yes, like
she
a Teddy
can,
Mellencamp.
yes.
Teddy
yes.
Mellencamp, she does that too. She does it to Sutton. She did it to
Yes.
Eileen. She's done it like over and over, but like she'll never do that to Bose. She
No.
will never
Wouldn't
do
have
it
the
to
balls
Bose.
to do that.
That's it. I can't even see her doing it to like a Rachel Zoe because I think that she was even nervous to meet Rachel Zoe.
I
'cause
do
Rachel's-
think she was, I do absolutely. I saw your video when you said that. I was like, she was absolutely nervous to meet Rachel Zoe.
Yeah.
Rachel has a name.
Yes.
She has her own, I mean, she really doesn't even need the show
No.
if we're being honest. So I feel like the people that Erica finds maybe intimidating, she won't
Mhm.
she won't mess with.
Yeah.
But again, I find her to be a mean girl. I don't find her nice. I don't find
No.
her approachable. And granted, it's not like I'm looking for people to be approachable on TV, but it's just, she's been on for like, what, 8, 9 years now?
She has, and she hasn't changed. And also, like,
No.
who is Erica? Who really
Exactly.
is Erica Girardi? Like, who is she? Give us
Yeah.
more about your past. Give us more
Exactly.
about like, we also like, and I know this sounds strange, and I'm not saying this to be bitchy toward her. Where are her friends outside the show? Like she also doesn't have like friends like outside the
Makes me
show,
wonder.
right?
Right.
Yes. And
No,
I think
completely.
and I also think that she's somebody who really struggles to truly bond in an authentic way with other women.
Yeah,
And
I
that
get that
is
vibe with her.
hard to watch for me because I think that sometimes she's acting. I feel like she's an actor. She's a performer on the show.
This is a
and
job.
That's what it is. She
I mean-
gives what she thinks the audience wants to see or that
Mhm.
or how she wants to be perceived by the audience,
Exactly.
but not who she really is. And just
Exactly.
the way that she behaved throughout her husband's case and then like
Oh.
the earrings, it was just all of it is so gross to me
Very.
very beyond selfish.
Lack of empathy.
Lack
I
of
mean,
empathy.
anything.
Yeah.
Just like if she showed just a little bit of remorse the season where her husband's trial started and all this news came out about his law firm and the fact that they didn't give any of the money to the people that settled these cases. I mean, I think it says a lot about Erica, but
Yeah.
I again, we know nothing about Erica. We can't ask her anything. We can't ask her any questions without her getting pissed off. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, well, if you're getting so upset at people asking, you shouldn't be on a reality show.
This is true. And when
I
she
mean-
said to Garcelle, I wish you were interesting, girl. Can we go back into Garcelle's past and talk about just how interesting that woman is? It was
Garcelle doesn't need the show.
Garcelle doesn't need the show, period. But also the thing that makes Erica Girardi interesting is that she married an old man for money who was stealing multi-millions from actual victims. That's what made you
Exactly.
interesting, babe. So it's like, it was
Exactly.
just so rich coming from her. So yeah, I don't
yeah.
really F with Erica Jane. I
No.
don't buy it that she's the cool girl, that she's the
No.
I don't know who she is, and that's the problem.
That's the problem. And
Yeah.
I hope this is her last season because I really don't. She's just not giving anything other than like putting on like extremely expensive fashion. And it's I don't know. It's just like crazy latex. I get it. She loves latex. Like
She
I could
does.
tell she really loves her latex.
Yes, she does.
But it's just like I'm just so tired of it. It's like if it's a fashion show, go be an influencer on TikTok.
Agree. And also I can't get past the fact that it was all paid for on the backs of widows and orphans.
Exactly.
I just can't.
Exactly. I can't look past
I
that.
can't look past. It's so hard for me. And going back to Garcelle, I hate that these women, it's giving OC a little bit. It's giving OC and not in a good way, because nothing good about
No.
OC. The way that they're like, and I just don't know why. I just don't get it. Why she walked off. It's not professional. I just don't get it. What do we need to hold up like, you guys know exactly why this woman walked out on you hoes. Excuse me.
Do they watch their own show?
Exactly. It's like,
I mean,
you guys were never supportive of her. You were
no, they were
assholes.
awful to her.
Awful.
And Sutton. I'm so glad Garcelle turned her back on Sutton.
Same.
I mean, a friend to all is a friend to none. And I feel like Sutton just wants to be friends with everybody.
She does.
I don't think she gives a shit about finding a close friend because she had a close friend in Garcelle.
She did.
Somebody who actually stuck up for her, because this season, I don't see anybody sticking up for Sutton. And I do feel for her. Like the body shaming comments from Erica were disgusting.
I hated it.
I mean, it's just like so unnecessary. I don't think I feel like when women start attacking looks, they've lost their argument and they don't have an argument. So
You're
that's
exactly
like
right.
that's like the easiest, lowest hanging fruit that they can grab
Sure.
on. But Sutton, I think, really, really screwed up with Garcelle. Garcelle, I bet, would have been back this season had she have had her back.
Mhm.
Because Garcelle was great TV. I feel like we actually learned a lot about her. She was open about her life. We saw so much about what was going on with her son, with her own personal life, her dating life. At
Yes.
least she was open about all
Yes.
those things.
Yes, and she
Like-
would ask the tough questions. I liked that about, but these women are like, there goes
Yeah.
agitating Garcelle. Oh, but
Yes.
Rachel Zoe can come on episode 1 and talk all kinds of trash about PK, and they're like, it's so funny. We love that you
Exactly.
said that. And it's like, if
Yeah.
that was Garcelle, they would have been so irritated with her.
Ugh.
They would have been just like,
They would have been
Garcelle.
awful to her.
They would,
No,
and
of course.
and it's giving a red flag.
It's like I don't understand how they're selective about who they let ask questions and don't. Because like Bose is asking the same questions this year.
Sure.
They're letting her.
They are.
I mean,
They
I
are.
don't understand. I don't get that franchise. I think that franchise needs a lot of reworking.
Same.
I
Yeah.
think Dorit's got to go. She doesn't.
Bye,
I'm
Dorit.
just like when she said that comeback to Sutton last year. Oh, you live on a main road. I did not understand the shade because I'm like, if you don't have money, like your home was almost foreclosed on.
That's what
Was it not?
I made
mean-
a video about that recently. And at the time, you and I are literally saying the same thing. I was like, babe, how's that foreclosure going?
Yeah, like-
you might live on the quietest cul-de-sac in pre-foreclosure. So
Exactly.
which one do you want? Do you want a $6 million house on a main road that's not in pre-foreclosure? Or do you want a $4 million house on a quiet cul-de-sac that's about to get taken from your ass?
Sutton will never have to worry about money.
That's it.
And Dorit will. Like the beginning, like again, like the start of the season that where she's holding all those like Hermes bags or whatever. I'm just like, this is so
Stop
so
it.
fake.
Your house was in
This is fake.
foreclosure. Like it's not,
Yes.
and that's why I hate like that has been my issue with Dorit. It's an authenticity issue. She has
Yes.
never to me been like a lick of authentic on this show. And like
No.
even when her and PK first stepped on the scene and he's buying her this Bentley, this pink Bentley, where'd the pink Bentley
All
go?
for show.
Was that real?
Oh yeah,
Where's
honestly,
pink
where is the
Bentley
pink Bentley?
You know what I mean? It's like it wasn't real. You know that shit wasn't real. Like it's giving
was just for
Angel
the
on
show.
Potomac. You're with your Airbnb.
Literally.
Did you Airbnb that Bentley?
I completely forgot about the
Right?
Bentley though right now. I'm like, whoa, you're
Where's
right.
the
Like, I
Bentley?
mean, it's all for show. I mean, even her burglary. I know
I
it's
know.
so. Maybe call me an asshole for thinking it's fake. I do think it's fake. I do believe it was staged. I
Same.
don't believe a burglar is going to leave your phone for you.
I don't either.
Like,
so many
what
things
world?
about it did not make sense. And I'm not even saying that for sure Dorit was involved or this or that. But
Of course.
But at the very least, Garcelle was asking the questions that
Yeah.
were on everybody's minds, because we have to use our
Exactly.
own discernment. It's like, I
Right.
understand it's a really slippery slope, because when somebody appears to be traumatized and the victim of a very scary crime in their own home
Mhm.
and their kids are there, it's hard to sort of question that. But
Right.
sometimes we have to use our own discernment and break through that and go,
Right.
but I have questions that I need answers
Right.
to, because my brain won't drop this, because I can't
Exactly.
let this information drop out of my brain that like this, and this is not adding up. And
No.
we all know that you were in financial trouble at that time based on the pre-foreclosure that is confirmed and been reported on. I don't know where it stands
Yeah.
now. So it's like you put all the pieces together, and at the very least, maybe you don't say, yes, it was definitely staged, but at the very least, we have a lot of questions. A lot of questions.
And then my thing with Dorit is like one of those housewives where I just feel like the housewives that wear the brands that are just like,
Throw up labels.
yes, it's fake.
It's
It feels
giving
like such fake wealth.
like Lisa
Whereas you look at
Barlow
Kathy Hilton.
and the Gucci
Yes,
hacks.
exactly.
It's-
Look at Kathy Hilton.
Thank
Kathy
you.
Hilton by far is the wealthiest housewife, I think, across
Yes.
all of them, all franchises, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
The woman showed up in PJs and a slippers to go on a plane.
And
I
never
think,
talks
if I'm
about
not
the
wrong.
price
And
tag of anything. Never talks
doesn't
about the
care.
brand name of it. Does not care, because she authentically is
Wealth
uber,
whispers.
uber wealthy. Exactly.
Exactly.
Wealth whispers. And just like a Lisa Barlow and a Dorit, it's giving overcompensation. You're doing
Yes.
way too much. You're telling on
Yeah.
yourself with how much you're protesting that and showing the labels. And we didn't ask you how much the ring cost, but you just threw it
No.
up. $60K. Like it's just,
Exactly.
you know, and Dorit and I make it a point not to ever come for looks or bodies. That's not what I'm
Absolutely.
after. Things that
Right.
we can't, women have it hard enough, and that there are things that we can't change. That's
Right.
fine. But I will come after style, fashion. I will come after, like, you know, glam. If it's a bad glam situation, it's like, listen, I'm gonna could have done better.
I'm gonna give my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. But with like a Lisa Barlow, oh no, Emily Simpson it was. Emily Simpson. Well, oh no. Lisa Barlow. I forgot where I was going with that. Oh my God. It fell out of my
So many
brain.
different housewives.
Yeah. Totally. See, like on a daily basis, all I do when I'm like driving in my car, taking a shower, I think about housewife scenes. Like I'm
Same. My husband sees me like, oh God, this is so embarrassing. Sometimes he catches me like talking to myself because I'm like having like thoughts
Same.
in my head and I start whispering. I'm like,
I
he's
do
like,
too.
what are you saying?
And then
And
I
I'm
make
like,
a video
stop.
about it. Right?
Yeah, I was like, don't call me out on it.
No. Oh my God. When I'm in the carpool line to pick my daughter up from school, I'll be literally like talking to myself. I'm like gathering my thoughts of what I'm going to say on the next
Yes.
video. Like, these are my thoughts after watching.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know it's crazy. Oh, what I was going to say is, as far as Dorit, to me, in my humble opinion, throwing up labels does not equal style.
No.
It's how you put an outfit together.
agree.
Like, you could literally be wearing an Amazon bodysuit with like, you know what I mean? Like a Prada shoe and a like
Still
whatever.
make it look good.
It just make it look good. And so it's like, no, I know she wanted to be seen as like the stylish, the fashion, like, but I just was like, it's just labels thrown together. And I'm just
Smoke and mirrors with her. I just don't feel like it's honest. It's not
same.
authentic. It's
Yeah.
very like, I mean, look at Heather Dubrow. She is filthy freaking rich. She went to
Oh,
the reunion last year in an Amazon
she needs a
dress.
stylist though. So
I mean, yeah,
bad.
she doesn't have the best style, but
No,
like
but
money is not like they're not I feel like the truly wealthy housewives aren't
talking
very
about
flashy in some ways with
that's,
some of their like, at least with their clothing.
yeah.
I see what their bags they tend to be. Like, the Birkin is, like, the thing that they all love to, like, flash and show off. I get it.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I would rather have a knockoff. I don't care.
Same. I would
But
never buy a
it's
Birkin
just
if
the
even if I
bag.
could. First of all, it's
Yeah.
giving basic, and I don't care that it
Yeah.
costs $30,000. To me, it's giving basic. It's giving
It's so basic
Stanley
looking.
Cup. Everybody has a freaking Stanley Cup where I live. It's like
I was
we're
gonna say, I could get a Coach bag that looks really similar.
100%, or even like an off-label bag that just has some like cool detail to it. Like with like the Beverly Hills scene where they're all wearing the Birkins, Sutton, what's her name? Amanda, and like,
Amanda.
yeah, Kyle, and like gives the price tag I would so rather be the housewife that walks in and they're like, whoa, where's your bag from? I've never seen that before. And I'll
Exactly.
be like,
Something
oh,
different.
it's a little different, whether it's pricey or not. So I don't know. And a lot of people love the opulence, but I really like authentic style and is somebody who's like deep and dynamic. That's why like a Bronwyn really interests me. Like right?
Yes.
Because I feel like, and I've made
Yes.
videos about it before, that she gives us big fashions. Whether you like it or not, it's interesting to look at and it costs a lot of money. And she really does have that
Exactly.
money. But she's also vulnerable. She's also fiery. She's also
Mhm.
authentic from what I can tell.
Mhm.
She puts her whole life out on the line. She's witty, she's intelligent, she's
She
sweet, she's
speaks so well.
well.
She speaks she is one of the few, like, Bravo people that I feel like are it almost feels like they're media trained. They
This
speak
is
so well.
true.
Ariana Madix is one of the only other people that I feel like is like this.
Yeah.
They can respond to the most, like, crazy news in the most calm way, give the most, like, logical response, honestly, sometimes where I'm just like, "Wow, that was a great way to explain whatever it is you were going through." Like, it was
Yeah.
just she just does such a good job at eloquently explaining how she feels about something where it's like mature, it's not emotional.
Yeah.
And she's able to get her point across very well. But it also like I do feel like sometimes it makes her seem I don't want to say opportunistic. I don't think
Mhm.
that's the word I'm looking for. It's
Mhm.
almost like not maybe planned, I guess is the word I'm thinking.
Calculated or
Calculated.
okay.
I do feel like she came on the show knowing that she had issues with Todd.
Right.
I don't blame her. I think if this is the platform that gets her out, because I think she's amazing on her own and
Agree.
she
By
really
far.
has such an interesting story.
She
But there
is.
are certain things like when she has a conversation with Whitney and then goes and spills to Meredith, I'm like, ah,
I don't like that.
I
Like
don't like that.
no, like, and I think
That
I
feels
made
very planned. That feels very
it
intentional. I don't
does,
know.
and I actually have a video that I made the other day that I haven't
Uh-huh.
posted yet. I mentioned you in it too, because I was talking
Oh,
about how we're gonna be recording, so I'll tag
okay.
you. But I was saying that I love Bronwyn is one of my favorite housewives right now. She is
Oh, yeah,
absolutely one
yeah.
of my favorite housewives.
She's good.
She's very good. My issue with her is becoming the narking, like, for no
Yes.
reason. Like, I can
It's too
understand,
much.
like, she did it to Brittany when they were on the
Yeah.
boat. They had this
Mhm.
nice little shopping experience, and then she just vomited, at the table, like, "Well, Brittany, blah, blah, blah." It's like, "What?
I was
Whoa."
shocked.
I was,
That
like,
shocked
shocked.
me
Yes,
because
and
I felt like Brittany was confiding in her. I felt like they were,
yes,
like, actually, like, coming together as friends. So I was like,
yes.
"Oh, that's
I didn't like that,
ooh,
and then
I didn't
she
like that."
did it to Whitney recently, right? Whitney and her had a
Mhm.
really good and it's like, "Girl, you're doing."
Yes.
So I wish she would, like, dial that in, and it's almost like Bronwyn wants to please the people in front of her, and she is a people pleaser,
Yeah.
she has said
Yeah, yeah,
that,
yeah.
and I think
Mhm.
it's a function of people pleasing, that she's
Yeah.
in front of
I
these
could
other
see that.
girls, right, that are main characters, and they would be very
Right.
happy for her to go and, like, spill that, that she
Right.
shouldn't be spilling, but, like, it will please.
Give someone the intel that they need to know, like, who's talking shit about me, like, what
Yeah.
do I need to know? Yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah, but I do love Bronwyn. Please keep her on the show. Like, she is
No,
such a
please keep her on the
gift
show.
right
I also
now.
just love her like you were saying, her fashion is fun. Like, not all runway fashion looks like something you would wear every day, but I think that's what makes her fun. And she does it kind of, to me, differently than Erica Jane does it.
She
And I
does.
think it's because she has such a close relationship with the designers, it seems.
It
Because I
seems
feel like,
much more authentic and authentically
yes,
her, whereas Erica Jane seems like she's filling a role, like, I'm gonna
I
be
can
a
see that.
gay
Yes.
icon, I'm gonna be like a you know what I mean? Just like that,
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem super authentic to
No, right.
her, but Bronwyn, this seems like this is who she is. Like,
Oh,
she
yeah.
like
I mean, look at her house.
yeah,
Her house is decorated a lot like I would say how she dresses in some ways. Like it's
yeah,
eccentric, it's fun, it's out
yeah,
there, it's fashion. And I
yeah.
mean, it's taking risks that I could never take. I
No,
mean,
no,
I would never be able to pull off half the shit that Bronwyn does. I mean,
no,
she's first off, she's very beautiful, and I think
yes,
she knows the right things that fit her body very well, and it looks very good on her. But she does have really good taste. I mean, not
she does.
everything, of course, is going to be perfect, but I think Bronwyn is a very interesting housewife, and she was such good casting, such good casting.
Oh, so such a gift, and that's another thing about Bronwyn is that she's drop dead gorgeous, but not overdone. Like, she looks like a real woman.
I know.
Like, she
When I see her without makeup and I
I
see
love it.
and I
Crow's
hope
feet.
if she sees this, she doesn't take it personally.
No,
When I see little wrinkles, I'm like, "Oh, fuck,
it's
finally, a
refreshing
woman who looks normal."
and
Like,
beautiful with those crow's feet or
yes,
whatever. We all have them, right? Like,
we all
it's
have them.
we're
Yes.
supposed to have those. It's okay. We're not supposed to be totally frozen and
Right.
so and her teeth also, and again, this is not me picking her apart. My
Yes.
teeth are also slightly, like, not straight in the front,
Oh, yeah, mine aren't perfect at all.
but
I
I
like that she
love
doesn't
that.
have veneer teeth.
Yes, everybody has veneer teeth, and I am so
Yes.
appreciative that she doesn't have veneers. I would probably
I
cry
know.
if somebody like
I would cry if
Bronwyn
she got veneers.
ruined her face and got
Oh, no.
veneers. She's gorgeous, and I love
Yeah.
all the and it's not imperfections, but it's like, I love that she just looks relatable, but beautiful.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Like,
I
that
agree.
really, 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 like,
Mhm.
makes me happy to see. So,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I do you have any other, like, overarching thoughts on these franchises and, just the housewives in general, things that are going on?
Honestly, I feel like it's been a good year. I feel
Yeah.
like for Housewives. Granted, Orange County was probably the most painful of all of them to watch. I'm really hoping we're gonna get good casting news next year. I don't think we're gonna hear anything until after the new year. But I my thing with casting, I have a big issue, I feel like now when I'm covering these stories and watching all these podcast interviews, and you see all these stories about casting on the next seasons coming up. I just hope producers really start paying attention to fans because
Yeah.
I do get the sense that a lot of times it's who they're closest, like who they're friends with, who
Mhm.
they want to keep around on the show, and they don't really think about how that's going to affect the viewers.
Yeah,
Viewers will eventually stop watching.
they will.
So I feel like, for example, Orange County, I saw that interview one of the Orange County producers did with Chef Stu. That was a really good interview. And I think Chef Stu asked such freaking good
He did.
questions, like all the questions I wanted to know.
Yes.
But I was irritated at like the Orange County producer who was like, well, I find Gina and Emily to be really funny. And I'm like, I don't give a
Oh
shit.
my
They're not funny to
they're not
us. And you're
freaking
not showing
funny.
us the funny stuff.
No, none of us like
So
them.
great.
None of us
Personally,
want
you
them on the
find them
show.
funny. I'm sure they are so sweet to you because they want to stay on the show.
Of course.
So, like, I mean, some of that is just like that's when I saw that I was like, "Oh, that doesn't give me good hope for next season." But
No.
I want to remain optimistic and I want to hope that they're going to listen to fans because just across the board, I feel like they got to start listening to fans and getting rid of housewives that either aren't opening up,
Mhm.
like if they've been on the show, like for example, a Kyle Richards or an Erica
Mhm.
Jane, like if you're not going to open up and give us insight into your life, or even Meredith,
Yeah.
like maybe this isn't the right place for you to be. Maybe this isn't the right platform.
Yeah.
But overall, I feel like it's been a good year for Housewives. I feel like I've enjoyed the show. Salt Lake City is the absolute gift
It
that keeps on
it
giving.
is everything. It deserves an Oscar, and it's not even a film.
Yeah, I know. Aren't they up for some like Emmy or something? Not is it an Emmy? I don't
I don't
remember.
know what would it be if it's like reality TV. They deserve all the
Probably.
awards. They got
They
a lot
really
of
do.
awards at BravoCon, but like they need the
Oh
big
yeah.
awards. This cast is just everything, and I couldn't agree with you more. They've really got to start listening to the fans, the viewers, because
Yeah.
people will and have hopped off of these shows and been like, you know what, I'm moving
Yeah.
on, and they go find other shows, and it's just
Exactly.
not interesting. What are your thoughts on what's going on social media right now? It looks like people are like kind of teaming up on OC. So you've got Katie, Tamara, and Vicky kikiing together and taking pictures, and then you've got Jen Pedranti, Gretchen, and what's her name from
Jacqueline
Jersey?
Larita.
Jacqueline Larita, which I'm also like,
I know.
what? So are they angling? Is this some angling? And
I do feel like it is. I do feel like everyone is trying to get their alliances ready
Mhm.
because this is also what they're presenting to producers. They're trying to get the storylines prepped. They're like, here, you already have a story.
Sure.
This is why I'm saying if I were Gina and Emily, I'd be shitting my pants because
They should be.
they didn't go to any of these lunches.
And they made that bed.
So,
They made that bed.
yeah, they made that bed.
Yeah.
But like, I see more people. I mean, and I don't know because everybody's comment sections, I feel like have become like a bubble for fans that like love those people.
Yeah.
When I go online, I read different comments. I love to see what everyone's thinking. I feel like a lot of people, from what I've seen, are excited about Vicky returning. They want to see Katie return. I don't see a lot of hype and excitement about Tamara.
Sure.
I don't know how to feel, but in my opinion, for bringing Vicky back, you got to bring Tamara back.
I agree.
And those are in alliance. They are in alliance with Katie. And I don't think Katie's story is finished at all. I don't think she was given a fair shot at all this last season.
No.
And her being cut out of filming was so unfair. And I do
Diabolical.
blame Jen for that as much as she wants to say, like, how is that my fault? You were her friend. And
You left her on her
she
own
stood by
island.
you.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's
But
housewives suicide. Like that literally, like you literally like left her on her own island.
Literally.
And you chose Gretchen. Like the known and confirmed transphobe, homophobe. I'm sorry, but that's what you did.
No,
And
that's exactly what she did. Yeah.
she did. And also these housewives know they can't be on their own island because then you're in danger, girl. Like you are in danger. Like you need allies. So Katie, a lot of people got pissed off at Katie, like, girl, watch your back. Why are you teaming up with Tamara? You need to watch your back. But it's also like
An alliance.
it's an alliance. She needs an alliance. This is I know it shouldn't be considered a career, but this is very fruitful for many of these women. And it's like, so you can't blame somebody for wanting to have a friend and an alliance going into the next season when contracts are going to be handed out soon. Like Katie wants a contract just like these other women, and I don't blame her. And also like Tamara, here's the thing. Tamara and I've made a lot of videos and I've been very critical of Tamara, but some of my followers have been pissed off at me because I also have said, I actually like Tamara in real life. Granted, I've only spent a little bit of time with her, but overall, I have never said I didn't like her as a housewife. I've always enjoyed Tamara as a housewife.
She makes a good housewife.
I
have said the exact same thing.
Yes.
But I had people, she blocked me though, I want to say a while back. But I've always said, you have to have somebody like Tamara on these shows.
You do. And here's the thing, but I haven't liked her very much the last couple of seasons. I thought, and even though I'm not a fan of Jen Pedranti anymore, I didn't like how she was going after Jen. I thought it was inappropriate.
It was
misplaced anger. It was too much.
It was ugly.
It was ugly. And I don't like when it turns ugly. And it is just a fact that Tamara has the ability to go very low, get very dark, and get really ugly. She also can be enjoyable to watch on the show because she's got a big personality, and big personalities are usually a good thing as housewives. And like, hot take, but if maybe it's not a hot take, but if I'm choosing who should come back, who I want to see on my screen, Tamara or a Jen Pedranti, all day long, Tamara, because Tamara will give us something to watch. Jen Pedranti is an entire snooze fest, in my opinion. Snooze fest. And also just, I hate it. I can't separate like who she chose to be friends with over Katie. It's not that, I am friendly with Katie. I do like Katie a lot. We've interacted personally, but it's not that I'm like ride or die, that I'm loyal to a fault, that I think everybody should love Katie. It's just, but you chose Gretchen over Katie of all people. If it was somebody else, maybe I wouldn't be so sus. You know what I mean?
Literally. Yeah. This is what makes no sense to me with Jen. And I'm just like, you can't forgive. I don't understand how she could just throw her friendship with Katie away. I mean, really, Katie didn't do anything to Jen.
No.
I don't feel like
nothing.
Katie deserved what she was getting from Jen. But for Jen to just blindly take Gretchen's side, she hasn't even been friends with Gretchen for as long as she's been friends with Katie.
Exactly.
Over something as hateful as these transphobic posts that were real, because I saw them years ago. I
Years
remember going to
ago.
the actual post and seeing them.
Yes.
So I wish I screenshotted it, because then it's like we would have had more proof, but she
Totally.
wasn't on the show, so she wasn't like relevant. I mean, that's
No.
just the truth. If you're not relevant, no one's going to talk about you, and it's not newsworthy. That's why it wasn't covered back
And it
then,
wasn't
and it's covered
shocking
now.
to me. I always
No.
felt like she probably was that way, and then when I saw it,
Yeah.
you know, hitting my timeline, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, well,
Yeah.
confirmed," you know what I mean? And I've never
Yeah,
followed her,
exactly.
you know? So really,
Right.
but yes, but to your point, like, it's like Jen wants to play this, "Oh, I'm so sweet to everybody. I'm so innocent. How dare you? I don't care what
Yeah.
people," but your actions are saying otherwise. And when
Exactly.
you don't have to say anything to me. The fact that you dumped the only Asian woman on the cast for entirely nothing
I
and
know.
ran toward the confirmed, whatever you want to, I could say a lot right now, but definitely the confirmed, I'm trying not to make it political, but you know,
I hear what you're
you
saying,
hear
though.
what I'm saying,
Right.
the confirmed transphobe and homophobe. That has been
Yes.
confirmed. You cannot deny it. She did do those
No.
things. I don't know if she still feels that way today, but I do know she did that back then and she
Oh,
took no
yeah.
accountability. So, Jen,
No.
you don't have to say anything. You can be as sweet as you want and you can come off as humble and authentic and real and all these things as you want, but you did that. And that is saying something very loudly without saying any words at all.
Oh, yeah, and if I were Gretchen, I would be watching my back too with a friendship like Jen. I mean,
Yeah.
Jen showed the kind of friend she is by the way she turned her back to Katie.
But
I
she
would
thought Katie
never
was a
trust
sinking
somebody like
ship.
that.
Don't you think
Oh,
that she
yeah.
thought Katie was a sinking ship? And it's like, if I
Yes.
go and befriend these other women, my
Mhm.
chances of coming back on the show are much greater.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She cared about that show and being on the show more, which I hate to say it, but it kinda does, like, make me think that a lot of the stuff Tamara was saying about Jen wanting to be on the show and, like, reaching out to them years earlier, like,
Yes.
scouting them out, it could be true.
It
I
kinda
mean,
carries weight now that you're kind of like seeing her potentially angling like away from
yeah.
Katie
Oh,
toward Gretchen and the
absolutely.
other women. Like it kind of all makes sense, you know, that
And
she's
then her
angling.
getting this dinner with Gretchen and Jacqueline Larita just feels like
Ugh.
she's trying to move pieces around to set, like, I guess, set herself up for this next season, and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, and I don't know how interested I'd be in Jacqueline Larita joining OC, just because when I
Mm.
see her, I think of New Jersey. It
I
just
do
doesn't make
too.
sense to me.
No, and
Um,
I just don't
so
find
I just
her
yeah.
very interesting and or, like,
Mhm,
stylish or so, like, what I don't know. I just I
mhm,
don't I d it's a no for me. Like, for me, I
mhm.
don't need her on the
Yeah,
show.
I don't think she fits with OC. I would have rather seen her back on New Jersey, because I feel like if they're gonna bring Teresa Giudice and
Bring
Melissa Gorga
Jacqueline
back,
back.
bring Jacqueline back. Jacqueline
Yes.
was good friends with Teresa. She wasn't great friends with Melissa, but I mean, things have improved. I would love to see that. Like, I mean, we're bringing Vicky back for season 20. So, I mean, like, if they plan on bringing Teresa and Melissa back to New Jersey, I would rather see Jacqueline there, because it makes more sense to me than it does in Orange
Yeah, just
County.
because she
But I
happened
can
to
totally
move.
see how Jen is trying to push this, because she's like, oh, look, she lives down the street from
"Oh,
me. I
let's be
have another ally.
friends."
Because I don't know right now if Gretchen's coming back or not. I
Yeah.
mean, none of us know. I have a feeling she will, because I feel like Bravo was trying to, like, push her out by, like, doing some social media post with her ahead of, like, the last part of the reunion, I
Yeah, that's
remember. And I was like,
interesting.
wow, you guys are really trying hard to sell her to us. It's
Yeah,
just not
see?
working.
And you have to look at those little tidbits that, like, this means something because, you gotta
Yeah.
imagine that the powers that be at Bravo,
Yeah.
everything they do is calculated
Oh,
and
of
for
course.
you know what I mean? So it's like,
Right.
that's not, that was probably by design and not, like, just
Right.
a random thing, pushing kinda Gretchen on
Yeah.
us. So I we will see. I did talk to one of the housewives recently who
Uh-huh.
who was under the impression that, like, contracts would be out maybe this week, maybe
Ooh,
next
that'd be
week.
cool.
That would be great. So it's like we just all want to know who is coming back. So I
I
guess
just
more to
hope it's
come
a
on that.
good Christmas gift for us,
Please,
because
please, we
it could
deserve
either
it.
be
We
could be
des
something we won, or like a bag of coal, and I really don't want.
That last season was a bag of coal. We've already
Yeah,
been through enough. Like, lift us
that
back
was
up,
enough.
you know?
I'm gonna have PTSD just from that season alone. I don't think I could ever watch that season again. That was
No.
a terrible, terrible season, terrible reunion. I just thought all around it could have been so much better. If they don't ask Katie back, good riddance. I think she could do better.
I do too.
She is somebody I think with a lot of class,
Yeah.
and she handled herself very well. She knows she messed up on some parts, but it wasn't anything that deserved what she got
No.
towards the end of that season. And I just thought, if she doesn't get asked back, and if it's the same ladies, good riddance. You don't need them.
No, you don't need them. And I also would not watch. I cannot
No, I would
do
not.
a show that's centered around like an Emily and a Gina and a
Hate.
Gretchen situation. No,
Yeah.
no, thank
In
you.
that case, bring back Real Houses of Dallas. They literally canceled Real
Yes.
Houses of Dallas over this racist
We
bullshit,
did.
like we just saw with Orange County. And I feel like they're giving Orange County way more grace than they gave Dallas when I think about
That's
it.
a really good
because, like,
point.
I mean,
Yeah, the Cameron of it all.
yeah.
The Cameron of it
Cameron was
all.
awful.
And then the Brandy situation with
Yeah.
Dr. Moon. Oh my God.
I don't know if you follow her now.
I love Dr. Moon.
Oh, no, not Dr. Moon. I love
Brandy?
her. I'm saying I don't know if you follow Brandy.
No, I
but
do not.
I followed all of them at the beginning when I started doing all this, just so I could see what everyone's saying.
Is she
I had to
unhinged?
mute her.
No
I had to
way.
mute
Is
her.
she bad?
Her shit's intense.
Oh no,
It's
I
just
can't.
very political.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll put it that
Hey,
way.
okay.
So I'm not surprised.
Yeah. No, and she also just to me, she also always came off very ignorant. And I will say it. That is
Yeah.
exactly what she came off to
It is
me.
exactly what that was.
Mm.
Cameron was too.
Yeah, Cameron was super ignorant. Oh God, I couldn't stand Cameron.
Oh, I
And the
couldn't stand her at
Leanne
all.
of it all. Oh my gosh, the way that Leanne treated.
Carrie.
Yes, I was just the two Carries. Carrie Duber and
yeah.
right, and then the other isn't there another
Yes.
Carrie, the Hispanic
Yeah,
Carrie?
Carrie Britt. I think it was Carrie. And then the funny part with Carrie Britt is she got all that shit from Leanne that was really racist.
Yes,
Only for her to turn around and be a complete asshole to Tiffany Moon.
yes.
They were awful to Dr. Tiffany
They
Moon.
were
I felt like she
terrible.
deserved another season. They should have just recast it. I would have been fine having Deandra Simmons and Tiffany Moon, Stephanie Hallman,
agree.
and then recast everyone else.
Agree.
Dallas has a lot of wealthy women that I think would have been perfect for the show. And Dallas is also very diverse. So
Yeah.
they're trying to push this thing like Dallas is not conservative.
Mm.
So
And you wouldn't know it by these shows. Like you wouldn't know it. I love that Dr. Moon and Dr. Nicole from Miami have a podcast.
love it.
Love those two.
Yes.
They give similar energy. I love
Perfect
those
match.
two. Yeah.
I know.
Such a great match. Well, I could talk to you for probably like 6 or 7 hours. Like you're the best. And
I enjoyed this.
I totally enjoy it. It's like if this is considered work, sign me up. I will work overtime.
This is work?
Yeah.
This was fun.
No. It's been so great. Well, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yes, you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Kezhal-T. You may have to post the spelling of that because I know it's KEZHALDASHTEA.
Correct. Yeah.
So if you want to follow me, I give some Bravo. I try to give stories where I'm not too opinionated. So I want to make it a place where everybody on both sides of like the opinions can come and like have fan interaction with one another.
Yeah.
But so if you want to keep up with Bravo or reality TV news, just follow.
I highly recommend following Kezhal. And I would say that your social media is mostly like a safe space. Like it really is.
I try to have it be a safe space.
It is. It is.
People do go crazy in the comments, but
They do. Which I'm like, thank you for the engagement.
Fandom.
And I don't have to do it. You guys fight amongst yourselves.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
Talk about it amongst yourselves. I'll like it if I agree.
This is true. I know. And I'm very careful about what I like and don't like. I'm like, no, because you know how TikTok will like, you can see a preview of what somebody said. And if you have a video go viral, I do try to comment back on everything, but sometimes it's impossible, or at least give it like a like. But I'm like, no, Jamie, you need to read the whole thing because you're going to get yourself in a Gretchen Rossi situation.
Exactly. What if you like something you didn't mean to like?
Yes. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sitting here talking shit about Gretchen doing it. And now I'm doing it.
Now look at what I liked.
Yes. Like, oh my gosh. Well, I love talking to you. You guys go follow Kezhal. It was so fun chatting with you. I'm sure
It was so fun. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. We'll have to do it again.
Yes, for sure. Please.
All right. Bye, everybody.